Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Things start to look really good. Downside pressure remains at the moment on the Ethereum chart, which is what we wanted to see. Ethereum has more or less reached my expected target here. Well, it actually pretty much has around 1830. We talked about that already in the earlier video today. That was actually late yesterday or overnight. Target reached. So at the moment, to me, it still looks like as if it could get one more low in the wave C of wave 3. So if I really go into the weeds here, which is always dangerous because a lot of people then try to trade it that way, but I would argue that it is typically not recommended, I would say, looking at the lower wave degree like that, but because they can change quickly, right? But if we go into the weeds here, I mean, I could make the case and say we are dealing here with an ending diagonal in that subwave, in that C wave 1, 2. This a wave 3, here a wave 4 with one more low to come would be my preferred interpretation of this in an ending diagonal of a C wave. Now, again, this doesn't really have too much of a predictive quality. Just to give you an idea of where I think we are. What I would like to see is anyway, after ideally one more low. This to me looks like wave 4 is still ongoing here, wave 4 of C. Again, could be wrong. We're getting to a degree where things are very uncertain, especially in a diagonal if it's not impulsive. So for me, the immediate trend is down as long as price stays below that last swing high here, 1863. Above that level, I would first consider we are in the larger fourth wave, which could be quite strong because again, we're dealing with a larger ending diagonal, but then if price gets above the wave 2 high, which was here at 1906, I think we have to consider the low is already in. It will depend a little bit on the structure, so we'll keep focusing on that. But the overall structure seems to be playing out right now. The forecast seems to be followed. Again, in an ideal world, I'd like to get one more micro low here in wave C of 3, then a wave 4 and a wave 5. Ideal target range, if you ask me, to complete this whole thing has been already communicated between 1830 and 1780. Especially Ethereum likes to go to the golden ratio, which would be the 1780 level. I will not rule out that we get a wick below it and then recover quite quickly. As you know, in the overall pattern, in the overall setup that we've got anyway on this chart, the idea is that we are set up, or Ethereum is set up for a rally higher into the $2,500 region as long as the $1,700 level is holding. So it could even go down all the way to that level without having any negative impact on the setup. However, I don't look for that primarily at the moment, so the subwaves don't necessarily need price to go down to that level. So we're getting into, I mean, we're now really in the region, within the region of the region, where a turnaround can happen at any time. So I'm increasingly looking for signs for a low in place. In my opinion, it's still a little bit too early for that, but you know, this is now the region, because if we don't have a ABC structure down, but only a WXY, then we can make the case for a low in place. But that would need additional confirmation because it would be a little bit earlier than expected. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I will focus on that. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.